Greetings, y'all. So, probably going to share this on a couple of different platforms. I'm not sure. So, wherever I decide to place this, you guys will know. But yeah, greetings and shout out to my family. Whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Instagram, I'm not sure where I'm going to place this message at, but yeah. So I wanted to share this message with for those of you, specifically women that are questioning, and sometimes you have this thing where you wonder, are you someone's type? Is someone going to love me for who I am? Because society is very rough on women when it comes to our physical appearance, right? And it's sad that society is bred to be very superficial, and a lot of times we don't even know that we're being superficial because of the programming. But I wanted to touch on this, and it was something that I had a coaching session, and this woman, she's been such a blessing to me in the short amount of time that I've known her and worked with her. And I was talking to her about how I've been healing when it comes to some of my issues with the changes and the transformations physically that I've been having. And you know she had did a video recently on her channel talking about this, or actually someone asked her a question. It was actually a question that someone had asked her, and she answered it on one of her videos or her lives. And this girl, she had asked a question. She's like, basically, that she was worried that her person, whoever it was that she was meant to end up with or be with, would not be attracted to her because she doesn't look like the world's type of beauty, right? Or what we are told in a Western society, mainly, what beauty is. So she had made some points, and she said, if a person is showing you interest, even if they have a preference for a specific type, whether it's a physical type and or a character, because how some women's thing is, I see women bending more to men that are not quote unquote universally attractive more than men will do that. Women will date pretty much anyone as long as sometimes if you make them laugh, you're a good man, but there are the sides where women are attracted to the quote unquote bad boy, the player, the one that everyone wants type, right? And he doesn't necessarily even have to be quote unquote fine or attractive. It's just something about his energy, his swag, right, that attracts multiple women. So that bad boy character, most women are drawn to that. So for a man, the character of the woman, of the cold-hearted woman that is all about how she looks, all about money, that type of character that can be a bitch, if you know what I mean, being drawn to that. They're attracted to, let's say for instance, a person that may not usually go for it, that's your type, right? Or you're not a type at all, because when you're chosen, you're not a type, you're unique, you're just you are not like the world. You could put the same type of dress on that from Fashion Nova, but the way that you wear it or style it, or just your essence, it's a different energy, right? The way you style your hair, you could wear, I don't know, you could wear green hair and it might look one way on someone else, but on you it looks completely etheric or fairy like, you know what I mean? You're chosen, so you're not going to be like everyone else, character wise and physically. And you find, let's say this person, we're just going to use a person for instance, is attracted to you for the right reasons. They're drawn to your essence, but a part of them is opposed to it because of the wrong reasons, because you're not triggering that lust in them. You're not triggering this response that gets them rising, if you know what I mean. Or it's more of a gentleness. You could be that you're kind, or you're really funny, or you're really intelligent, and maybe you even intimidate them because you're different, right? So because of their programming, their past rejections, because a lot of times people, they're drawn to the things that they thought they could never have. Like for me, I had a specific type that, growing up, that probably would never look my way because I was kind of like a little awkward in my younger years. A little bit in high school, I kind of started to grow out of the little awkward stage a little bit, but but being drawn to that type that you're not used to, or being drawn to the hood boys because you weren't around, you weren't exposed to that, when you get in adulthood, right? That Beauty and the Beast archetype where the good girl is attracted to the bad boy type of thing. But with men, let's say they're maybe, not the most attractive. Maybe they were really, really skinny, or they were chubby boys, or they weren't the cutest boy in school, or they weren't popular. Then when they get older, they might grow into their looks, so they become more chiseled, or they become, something that they do for a living, maybe something that's very attractive to women, or whatever the case may be, or they start making more money or whatever. Then they're going after the women that they couldn't have. That's typically how it goes sometimes, or just what they're used to in their environment, what they're told is beautiful, what they're seeing on TV and on magazines, double XL magazines. This is the type of woman you should want to have. This is the ones that your homeboys are gonna look at you and be jealous and covet the fact that you're with this woman, this trophy woman, right? So you might be a little bit skinnier than most women, or you might be a little more thicker than most women. You might have a little bit of a tummy. You might not have all of those things that so-called the world says you should have. You might not have a chiseled face, or Kim Kardashian structure, as they say, is the perfect face structure, whatever this bull crap they put out. Your nose might be bigger, your lips might be bigger, your hair might be more kinkier in texture. It's not, you know what I mean? So these things that they say is not ideal. You're beautiful, your energy is beautiful, and this person could be attracted to all those things, but they'll reject you in a sense because you're not triggering that lustful spirit, or that rejection spirit in them. So, and one thing that my mentor, she always says is, don't try to compete with a counterfeit. And a counterfeit in an instance means someone that, let's say, if we're talking in the contents of love, since we are, right, where let's say there's a person that it's for you, you're to be together, right? We're just using this as an example, but you're triggered because you feel like you don't fit the beauty standard to what they may prefer or may have always dated, right? And you see the counterfeits that have that energy or that preference of a look or character, and then you try to duplicate, it's gonna be an epic fail. Like, I tried to do the whole bad bitch look and try to be like the Melissa Fords of the world and the Amber Roses and all. Like, that's not my essence. It's not me. So like, doing that, it looks very goofy. In other words, you're chosen and you're called to be of a higher standard. You're called to be who you are in God, not what the world says. And that's something that is revolutionary in its own right, for you to say F the beauty standards of this matrix and what the world tells me I have to be. Because a real, whether you're into men or women, I'm not sure, but whoever is real, a grown man or a grown woman, they're not going to pass up something real because it doesn't look like what everyone says they should be with. To say, I choose this person because we are connected, we vibe, this person is loving, they're everything that I ever wanted in a person, because what I'm attracted to is not something that's going to fade or ever change. You know what I mean? So your light is what's going to attract the person for you. And sometimes we have wounding, and a lot of men, they can't really see, they see the worldly person or the matrix archetype as the prize, because that's what they've been programmed to believe in. And sometimes they don't have a true concept of what a true wife is or what a gift from God is. They might overlook it sometimes, or not know what they're really looking at, because they've been presented with this worldly view of what a wife is, and to covet the cold-hearted woman, to covet the vanity and the gold diggers, or the just man eaters because that's what they've been told, you know, or the sex bodies, right? The BBL bodies, the supermodel bodies, right? Whether she's completely naked or not, you know what I mean? Or because she has fame or because she has popularity, like coveting things that are fleeting and things that are completely superficial over a time, like as a grown woman, grown man, that stuff is not appealing. I know for me personally, like money and all that, that don't mean anything to me. You being fine and how you dress, that doesn't mean it. Like when I was younger, like your status and your looks and how you dress, oh, he got to wear this and that stuff, that is little girl stuff. So as we get older, or mature, and not even older in our bodies, just in our minds and in our spirit, when we mature spiritually, we seek things that are internal rather than external, mainly, you know what I mean? You'll start to become more attracted to people that are emotionally and mentally sound and healthy and positive. You'll start to be drawn to more loving men, emotionally available men or women, people that are, you know, funny and ambitious, and you know what I mean, like people that have something to bring to the table that is not superficial, you know what I mean? Someone that will treat you in a way that you deserve, someone that is equipped to love you, that has the heart of gold, has, you know, that love of God inside of them, that unconditional love. And sometimes, yeah, we can hate people, not hate, I won't say that, dislike people and get annoyed at times, and might even, you know, be a little bit selfish at times, or but it's a willingness to correct the self and to do better because you genuinely love someone. I just seen something on Instagram that was talking about this woman was saying how she treats people and how she wants to be treated by people that she loves. She said, for me, a love language is a person that studies you, because when you love something, you study it, right? You want to learn more about it. So, you know, she said, whether that's a friendship, whether that's romantic, you're going to want to learn about the people that you love. You're going to want to learn how to love them, how to show up better for them, you know, what makes them happy, you know, what's their comfort levels, what's their boundaries. That's real, you know what I mean? Like that's the perfect way to explain you know, loving others around us and really respecting one another, instead of just, oh, it's got to be my way or the highway, or because you do this and I can't love you. Like we got a lot of healing to do, a lot of us, and just in general as a collective, as a whole world, there's so much healing that needs to take place. And it is revolutionary to say F the standards of what we've been taught, and this is how we should look, and we can't be loved unless we have this. And that is a grand and big bravery to embody that energy. So, or take that type of stance and own that about yourself. That's very brave, because you're taking the narrow path. You're not taking the wide path that everybody chooses to go on. You're taking that stance to go a way that is different, and in the path that you're called to, or align with people that you are called to. So I really do hope that this helps somebody and that it resonates. I know I can talk on and on and on and on, no, but we're not doing that right now. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all are my fam, and I send much love to you. Take care and be blessed. And until the next reading, peace.